Good evening, everyone. My name is Sumesh. I welcome all of you on behalf of Art of Living organization to Yog Vaashishtha session, evening session. नमस्ते, मैं सोमेश्वर आप सभी का आर्ट ऑफ लिविंग संस्था की तरफ से योग वशिष्ठ के सायंकाल के सत्र में स्वागत करता हूँ. Today we are on 120th first session. आज हम लोग 121वें सत्र में यहाँ पे पहुंच चुके हैं and we'll be covering a 94th session. Today's session is quite interesting. In terms of we'll be looking at the concept of the entire Brahmand or the universe in a small particle, or there are different universes in different particles. We'll also look at concept of parallel universe. So that's something very interesting topic. The universe that can exist right somewhere here, there is another universe that exists, but it's just that we are not able to see it. Or there is one universe and then both the universes are not mixed with each other. Even that kind of situation can also possible. Or the universe which just exists just as parallel, as a Samantha Brahmanda, as a parallel universe that can exist. How does that can happen is what we'll look today. Also, we will see a little bit more about the death, that we have some way of thinking what death is all about. Of course, death is also kind of a mystery. So death is something which is not yet known. But what are the possibilities, different possibilities that we can explore about that. So let's see what new knowledge that is going to come in today's session. And of course, whenever it is required, we can always discuss more details on that. So let's go ahead. Let's continue with our session. We'll do we'll offer a prayer and then we'll continue the session. Let's sit comfortably, around the spine erect, shoulders relaxed. And let us close our eyes. Aankhein band kar le. Let's bring back our attention to our breath. Take a normal breath in and let go. Take a deep breath in and breathe out completely. Let us chant Omkar 3 times. Breathe in. Let us invoke the divinity within. गुरु शक्ति का आवाहन कर ले। आवाहनम 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 पुनः पुनः सच्चिदानंद रूपोऽहम् Let's offer our prayer to the Master. Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Gurur Devo Maheshwaraha, Gurur Sakshat Parabrahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha, Tasmai Shri Shri Gurave Namaha. Let us pray to the Master. Whatever the words that come out of this mouth, whatever the actions that are happening, whatever the thoughts that hold on to this mind and the power of discrimination arise in our intellect, the impressions that might be getting created on the memory, and if still there is an iota of I, me, let that be inspired by the Master alone. With the people walking on this path of liberation, mukti, moksha, if you have already experienced that, there is no bondage, there is nothing that can bind you, then this remaining life, let that be inspired by the Master. Feel the presence of the Master within and outside, and slowly and gradually you may open your eyes. धीरे धीरे अपनी प्यारी सी आंखें खोल सकते हो. So let's continue with our today's session. So today we'll be looking at in this entire universe how the different hidden worlds, different Brahmans or different universe that can exist, and there is something under this Sukshma Srishti, means the small little Brahman and the big universes that can exist, how it can exist. We'll also look at the concept of parallel universe, and we'll also look at the what is death is what we consider as death, but how in reality, how it is not the end of the story, how the new things continue even after we happen to drop this body. So let's look at all these things. So if you see it from the perspective of the Atma Buddha, if you look at it from perspective of the Atma Bodh, that is the self-realization. From that perspective, he says that Vasishtha Muni happens to address Rama. He says that Rama, if you look at all the different, all the ichhas or all the desires that it comes, and if you go ahead and do the Upashama, if you do the Upashama of that, then how that actually appears, how the different doshas, different distortions that comes into picture, and how that actually drops. So we'll look at the different how the shama or the peace of mind, how the vairagya, the dispassion, and different wealth that is there, how that also can be achieved. So just like that, if there is a mechanism and if there is a continuous friction that continue to happen out of that, as if it produces the sparks over there, like that only in this life also, because of this mind and different thought process it goes within, all the continuous flow of thoughts that continues to be exist over there. And the one who are realized soul, they look at it from the completely just from the as an ultimate observer. So once that self-realization is done, then automatically, because of the power of that, automatically the other things such as the ahankara or the outward drishya, that is scenery, that all these things automatically, just like if you throw a stone away, know how that stone will go and go away from you, like that only it will leave behind all these other aspects of your ahankara and all these things. It will dead, and you not even notice it. It will just go. No, it will just go off. So like that, if you see it from the perspective of Arahanta Roop, or if you see it from the perspective of the Chidagni Roop, in that buddhi, that chitta, that body, there you will be able to see that how the all other elements of your existence are just will wash off. It will not remain. It is purely because of the power that you will get from just like a sunlight. The rays of sunlight falls over here, and how automatically it can spread through the entire world, like that only because of the prapti, because of the realization of that God, or you can say Brahma. Because of that, all other things will automatically diminish. This is the power of self-realization that has been explained over here. So here Vasishtha Muni continues to explain the Rama, that you definitely have thought about there is something called as death. We all know everybody comes on this planet is happen to be dead one day. So is that a real death of you as a being, or there is something else to it? What that is, let us look at that. So here Vasishtha Muni explains Rama. If you see it from the perspective of the sorrow that one particular person experience in this life, in this samsara, the root of that, the bij, if you say the root of that is something called as your ahambhava. Something is your that feeling of separateness from that. And then if you go ahead and look it from the perspective of something which is mama, something which is mine, that feeling of something is mine and something I own or something I am, that feeling is the kind of stem of that tree. If you go ahead and see the other aspects of your body and your mind, you will see that desire comes into picture. You will see that the different vikaras, kama, krodha, lobha, mada, moha, matsara, greed, pride, anger, entanglement, all these different comes, they are like the branches of your vriksha. So this tree and this life is like an vriksha, like a tree, and it has the root as aham bhav, that ego sense, nothing separate. The stem as in the mama bhav, this is mine, this is I am, or this is mine, that feeling. And then the other vikaras such as your cravings, anger, jealousy, all these things are like branches. So that is how these things comes into the picture, and then that is where the feeling of that idam comes into play. And then like this, there are hundreds of such vishayas, hundreds of such outgoing tendencies of the mind that comes into picture. And then the real thing, that once we understand this is what how it is, and how it goes and create all the leaves around and all that happen, we really get into that sukshma aham bija, that is the root of that. And once you go ahead and remove that, the one who are self-realized soul, because of the their self-realization and their intellect to understand these things, they will be able to go beyond this thing and see what the reality is. So automatically in their case, that um, death and birth, that will not remain, because there is nothing of this aham bhavana and all these things will not remain. But as if we see it from a perspective of one body finishing, it's like that beej, in the bija form, if you see that at the level of chitta akash, at the level of chitta, that sanskara, that karma, those things will remain for the current life, whatever the based on your prarabdha, whatever the routine that you wanted to live on, you have lived that, and finally you have left this body. Means this body is died, this sharir, this body is destroyed, but not the mood, that sankalpa. So that whatever is based on your current karmas, based on your current actions that you have performed, and the fruits of that action, now you will assume a new sankalpa. Where this is all happening, it's all happening at the level of chitta. Chitta means your the subtle body. Even the grassroots level body is no there. The subtle body, that is where the new sankalpa means the new life is what you will imagine. And in that thing only, that because of this one body is left, it will now start creating the new new body. So that is how it is called as the one. The death of one body is there, and then the birth of another body is there. But what the chitta is there, that remains over there. So if you think that in this, probably somebody is thinking that I'm suffering a lot now, and if I happens to finish this body, means my suffering will go away. But in reality, that's not like that. In reality, probably you at the level of chitta akash, you still carry those vasanas, still carry those vikaras, still carry the dukkha, still carry the fruits of your command. Based on that only, you will happen to get into your new body. This is what is this, that do not think this end of this body is the, this is what is we call that going from one sharira or body to another body is what we say it as a death. But the one who does not understand this process, they feel, oh, look at me, somebody who is near and dear to me have died. But the one who is realized, or the one who is able to observe this ultimate reality, they see that it is that Atma, that is that Chaitanya, that never dies, that always remains. And then even at the level of body, this absolute level body you have finished, but at the level of chitta, that person have already started his new life in the new body form. And that's what we call it as death, because that is what it appears to us, that the body is destroyed now, it's no more there. So he continues to explain more such intricate things that which are very, we all are very curious to know about. So here he says, Rama, if you see this into this avakasha, avakasha means not just the akasha, not just the things that we see. There is something that even beyond our region. No, what is it that you are able to see beyond that? There is something called as this avakasha. And then in that thing, there are so many such adrush, the hidden worlds are there. So Rama here, Vishnu continues to address Rama. He says that Rama, in this jiva, this what we see as separateness, something which is there, the Brahma, something which is there, the Shiva, which is all omnipresent, omnipotent, in that the particular small little particle or small little thing separates out from there. Nothing separates out. It's just a feeling that I am separate. That is called a jiva bhava. Now that jiva bhava in the sankalpa itself, what it does, it goes and create, just like I see that, just like in this Chidakash, Vashishtha Muni is saying, this is what I see. Just like that air is there, and in the air it carries all the clouds together. Like that, I am seeing that the Meru Parvat, the mountains, and all these things which are different. For example, they are the parts of the world. They are being carried away by the air from one location to another location. And then that is what is, I see it as that. So you also look at that. He is telling to Rama, you also, can you also see that, okay, it's all going from one place to another place, from that place to that place, just like it is. Like, are you able to see that if you see the banana, leaves. How that is, you keep on opening the banana, not the banana tree. If you just can, then at the initial, before the banana is sprout, at a time how it is, just by petal, you keep on opening and nothing comes, it's again another petal, again inside there is another petal. So like that, if you see that in one side, one universe, there is another universe, inside that universe there is another universe. So this is the things like that. So this thing can also exist. Now there could be some universe which is over here, which is there, another universe is there, and both the universe is part of your Chidakasha. That is also possible. It's also possible that there is one Chittakash, there is another Chittakash, there is one universe here, the another universe, there is some commonality and they are overlapping. Such two people come together and they live there like commonality exists, and for that period of time they go together. When they are that their things can take, and that all the relationship that is in it, again they become separate. Again they with someone else where they want to see. So all such possibilities that can exist over here. So this is different possibilities that can exist here, and based on the prarabdha, different prarabdha, they will be different. If their prarabdha is same, they will come together and lead the life together. So like this, yeah, this Ram is also very intelligent. He also is very curious to know about, because this subject is so interesting. He also asks the question. Muni Sreshta, he addressed Muni Sreshta. He says that you said that the air carries it, that Vayu, that air carries this mountain. I really cannot understand. I cannot imagine that a mountain is there situated at one place, how it can be moved to some other place in the Vayu. It is flying. Can you please explain me more about it? What you really mean by this? How does these things can happen? So this is where the explains in the concept, multiple concepts, and then he says that, look, if somebody is traveling in the boat, right? The person who is sitting in the boat, does he realize the speed? For example, you are sitting in the aeroplane, right? Or you are sitting in the train. Do you realize the speed of the train, even if it is going at 80 kilometer, 90 kilometer, or even plane which is going at 200, 300, 400 kilometers, right, per hour? So that speed, do you notice it? Even if that speed is there, is there someone else who is outside? They can feel that speed. But as you are also inside that thing, you really do not notice that speed which is there. So like this, here also at the level of Sankalpa, all such things are being carried from one place to another place, yet we do not realize it. Such a beautiful concept. See, one sitting in the train or in the plane or in the boat, they do not realize, but someone else realizes. Now he says that, can you see this concept? Can you see the same thing is being applied here? That other things also. You are there at Earth. Earth is revolving. Do you feel the speed of the Earth? This is no, we don't feel the speed of the Earth. Like that only, Rama. If you see it from perspective of that level, there is this Chitta Akash. Chitta Akash means the Chitta of the Brahman, Shiva, that supreme consciousness. Inside that, there are multiple such Chitta Akash, which is of our individual Jiva, Chitta Akash. And all these Chitta Akash which are there, it is a different form, and if we see, it is in the different form of the world. Like that, the one that seed is there, the entire tree. We have a tree, and as that seed carries the entire essence of that tree, like that, all these different jagat, all these things also are there, are carried in the form of a pranavayu. So for example, if this death has happened and that prana has released your body, so that prana will be carried just like it is carried in the air. No? How? So here is one more example. For example, you see this fragrance is there. No, flower is there, the fragrance is coming, and you bring that, and how automatically it spreads around in the air, like that. Or if you look at from the water which is flowing in the river, and then automatically as it passes on, gets into the ocean and become the ocean itself, like that only in the Akasha, because of this Vayu, because of this, Vayu is also the air element, right? It's also one of the element. So in that thing, this prana is being, it spreads in that air pulls it and it spreads in that thing, and then automatically it goes and flows with the air, element. It flows from one place to another place, or it goes from one chitta, that is the chitta world, but that is there. And even though it is at the level of only sankalpa, yet it will go here and there, just like that. If you see in the form of subtle body, mana, this mind is very subtle. So because it is so light, it can easily go along with the vayu. It can easily travel along with the air element. So like that, all the other things also. It's not just that subtle body. So if you look at the different animals and their space, earth, etc., etc., and their related deshkala kriya, means the boundary of that, the defined boundary of that, the shape of that, the kriya, the activities going on in that kala, the time frame which is going in that particular universe and that particular Brahman, and the matter and the ahankar and the kalpana, different things, the ego sense, the imaginations, all these things, all the three bhuvanas which are there in the Brahmanda, that thing also, either it is Drida or Adrida, whether it is firm or not firm, yet that thing also will be carried along, at the speed of air, at the speed of the air element. So how that is beautifully said. So like that. So the traveling of the different. So we say, this entire universe is not stationary. It's one organism and it is ever expanding. It is continuously expanding. Even the science have done the research in this, that this is continuously expanding universe. So such a important concept is being explained over here. So Vaashishtha Muni continue to talk to Rama. He says, hey, Raghunandana. So he calls him with Raghava, Raghunandana, Rama. These are all the names of Rama only. So he says this, Raghunandana. But this, if you really want to see it, you have to really see it only at the level of your buddhi. This Jnana Chakshu, or the buddhi netra, the eyes of intellect. Only using that, only all such things that are happening in this universe can be experienced or can be seen, not at the level of your samanya drishti. This normal vision, with that you will not be able to see it. It's not there, it's hidden from this. So like this, because if you see it from the perspective of a dream, in dream there are so many cities that you see. In the dreams you will see that there is a tsunami of water that is there, and it will be purely in the sankalpa root, right? In the dream what is there, like that only these things what we are talking, that prana and the level of chaitanya and all these things, that is even atyanta sukshma, it is even smaller than that, and it is sarvatra. It is everywhere. It is sarvada. It is been there always, because of that thing. So yet, even if it is look at from the perspective of drishti, even if it is just kalpana matra, even if it is just an imagined thing, still, it is there at the level of that. And if you see it from that perspective, that it is actually not going anywhere. It is there only, and then in reality, in Satya, so these things, it appears to be in the form of bhava rupa, that thing, that bhavana has become, and in the different emotions. So for example, the sukha, dukkha, the happiness and the sorrow, the different that you are supposed to pay off as a part of your karma, the concept of the heaven and the naraka, etc., all these things are there. And if you see it from that vision, then it appears to be real to you. But in reality, they are not real. The Chid Ansha is the only real thing which is there. Other than these things are in reality are not real. So he continued to explain Rama like this. This Vayu is there, just like it carries the fragrance. This Vayu carry these different angas of the your own existence. It carries that. And if you see it from the perspective of the prana vayu and the thing which is sthit, it is there as a part of essence, that akash, that akashatmak thing, that thing which is going from one place to another. Suppose if you see that, okay, there is this pot is there, and there is this space inside the pot, and if you carry that pot from one place to another place, that whether that akasha will go from one place to another place, nothing. It's the same akash, the same space at the Buddha space. It's the same thing like that only in reality and thing. But to our sight out, what happens? Okay, the pot has moved from here to there. No. So like that only. So if you see it from that perspective, the spanda, that vibration that is happening in all the three worlds, that in all that also Chid Ansha, in the Ansha format, in the things that Atma Bhava, that thing is only present over there. And if you look at it from the different perspective of vibration, that is called as spanda, and the bhed, that is description, that does not arise over there. So, for example, he continues to explain that if you look at it from the perspective of Avakasha perspective, from the space perspective, this earth is revolving around its axis, right? Also revolving around sun. No, but the one who is at the who is there on planet Earth, for them this speed is not there. No? This gati is not there. Same thing goes true with the boat also. So that thing is not seen over there, and that thing, but the one who is just and sarvavapi, the one who is pervading that thing, from that Brahman is not thing. He doesn't see that as a thing. He just see that it is just a common thing. For them, he doesn't see any such difference. So that is how it is. They are given this as an analogy. The one who is there, how he doesn't experience the speed on that is similar to that, or even though all these things are happening, the one who is established, he doesn't see any such change happening there. He just say that, okay, it's just there. So like that, this chitta, that is very, it is just has become very light. And it has become thing. For that also, if you look at the smaller thing, for that small thing also, it seems to be very big to them. And like an because it just doesn't understand. Here they have given an example of a small kid. How does one small kid, if you see at the something which is very precious, ornament is there, and there is something else which is very dirty or everything there. Something is there, some toy is there. What is the kid will value more? He will value the toy more than the ornament, gold, and because it just doesn't know the value. It doesn't feel any importance of that gold ornament. He will just go and pick up the toy, and that toy will be more important. Like that only, the one who are ignorant, those ignorant people see this, even the Parmanu also, and in that also they feel that this Parmanu, this thing is also a very big thing for them, and then they think that it's very big, and in that also they imagine this very big universe in that, and in that only they create emotions such as insult, mana, parman. Somebody has given me credit, somebody has insulted me, and sukha, dukkha, the sorrow and happiness, etc., etc. All these different it carries, creates in the imagined world, and then it gets stuck into that only. But the one who is the knowledgeable, one who has self-realized, how does he look at this? So how does the Ishvara, if there is an Ishvara, right, Atma Bhava is there, how does he look at this world? How does he? So he says that even Rama, even the people who think they are really self-realized, and if you see that they also carry the concepts, they also say, this is Ihalok, this is Paralok, there is a Papa, Punya, there is something good deeds, there are certain bad deeds. They also get caught up into such concepts, such ideas. No? So even if they're one who is a self-realized, that when they do their own things at depending till the end of their prarabdha, Sanchit Karma, and they continue to do their Vyavara In that also, all these things against some, that is, something is good, something is bad, something you should do, something you should not do. All these feelings are still there. Yet the one who is self-realized, they do all the role and equanimous there. But from the perspective of the other person, they look at it as though he is doing everything. The enlightened person is also doing everything as normal. But from, if you look at it from the perspective of the realized soul, they just do it from the way the normal human being look at his body parts. Okay, I have these body parts, I have hands, I have leg. The Ishvara, the one who is self-realized, he will also see this different creation. This sun is there, you have this planet Earth is there, there is expansion of this universe. He will see these are also part of my body. No, you'll see this entire Jagat as his own body, and all these different elements are part of my own body. Just like the one normal person will look at the different body parts as his body parts, like that Ishvara, like that the one who is big. And because of that, that if a moment you see that, okay, this entire Prakriti, this entire nature is also my part, how will you go and destroy it? No, you'll go and try to protect your nature. You go and try to save that nature. This is exactly what we do when we work on the river rejuvenation project in Art of Living. What is it that to do? This water, these bodies, water bodies are also part of my. I am the Ishvara. I have that Atma Bhavan. This is all mine. This belongs to me. So if you look at from the perspective of Gurudev Shishya, he says that this entire world belongs to me. Sudhaiva Kutumbakam. Now, see this self-realization. How does the Ishvara, how does your self-realized Atma Bhava, how does that divinity within you look at this world? He says that it's mine only. He assumes that Virat Swarupa, that this is my form, this is my, this way I pervade everywhere. And then he obviously, naturally, he tries to take care of that. So like this is Vasishtha Muni continuing to explain to Rama that in the things, in the Samashti Rupa Ishvara, he says that everywhere it is spread, that I am only spread everywhere. And in that, even if there is an element of illusion, when if there is an element of Maya, which is there, in that also, there is that Ananta, Aja, Avyaya, Akshaya, that Brahma is only pervading, it is only there, and it all the other Jag, all the other things, universe which we see as visible, are his Anga only, are his parts of the body only. So like they say that he gives one more example to understand, just for our sake of understanding. He said that there is, look at, there is this steel ball is there, no one steel, no one iron is there. In that same thing, how does one create a different, for example, somebody create one instrument, the barber will have his own instrument which is created out of this, blade is created out of it, needles are created in the same iron, the same steel, or the scissors are created out of it. How does all these things, if you look at, go beyond this thing, what is it remain? It is that iron, it is that steel which is there in all such instruments. Like that only, if you look at it from the perspective of Ishvara, from the perspective of that supreme being, that also which is there, it has created these forms. Okay, there is a sun, there is an earth, there are all different nakshatras, all different stars and all that. No, just like that, although it has different forms, the same pervading, that same steel, that same iron is there in all that, same Ishvara is present in all the aspect. Such a beautiful example, similar to that gold example, which is the gold is there in all the ornament, this similar kind of example. So he says that even at the time of Pralaya, when all these things are, they going to diminish, that point of time, he says that this, all the three worlds, that also see this three Jagat, that also see, this is just a Brahm, this is just a hallucination, this is not real. And like that, after that, at the end, if you see it from Drishtanta perspective, he says that Chitta and Achitta, no? Artha, this Jada and Achitta means something which is inertia and something which is alive, active, life is there. So that perspective is there. When he says that this entire thing he looks at just like a vriksha, that tree which is there, and in that there are words, in that words and its meaning. That thing is not there inside the Brahma, in that Jagata. Like this, he gives different identities to it, such as a Chitta and Chittarupa, and he gives an identity of the awareness that exists over there. No, all such things are there. And then the last thing that Vashishtha Muni explains here is that you look at this. This is just like a drawing that is created. No, just like a drawing that is created. This I have told you earlier, just like a dream. Both the things, either it is the both the sankalpa, means it's just taken some sankalpa here, or it is there equanimous, or it is there in the form of that seed, that sukta vasana. All the cravings and all things is in the form of things when you go into the sushupti avastha. Sushupti avastha is a deep sleep like state. In both the avastha, in both these forms, that Chidarupa, that is calling itself as separate and call itself as Jiva. In all these things, that Chit Swarup is always pervading, it is always there. So the all the things that this universe appears, which is like the thing, just see it as a just a drawing that is being made over here, and in that only we see that there is then this asatya, satya, asatya, or that adhisthana bhuta chitta. That thing is not different than this. It's the same thing that is being expanded here. That is what is being said here. And that too at the level of chitta only. It's at the level of just nothing that is created as such, but it's just the expansion at the level of chitta, just like a dream. It is being expanded over here. And if you see it from the perspective of the matter, now from Padartha things, it appears as though it exists, but in reality it doesn't exist. And such a chitta is it's very in expanded form. But the one who is ignorant in that Chidapasha, in that Koja, because of the avidya, because of the ignorance, because of the Maya, it appears like there are so many cities that are being spread. It is such a big thing, and it is infinite, etc. Multiple activities going on there, and all these things is just like in Kshana, we can just get destroyed in no matter of time. Just like somebody is dreaming about something and he just become awake. So all that dream which was there, how much of time does it take to destroy it? This is just even 1 second. No, like that. In that is Ananta Jag, all these things which appears, they are just like that a particular insect which emits like that karva is what to say. So like it just appear like that, and in that Atma Jyotisha, that Prakash, that thing is there. It is just because of that agyan, it is because of that ignorance, that thing appears to be in the darkness, but in reality there is that Atma Jyoti. Even Buddha also was talking about it. You are that Atma Jyoti. So it is there. And if you see it from the perspective of this Akasha in this space, although there are different nakshatras, no? The one particular all the stars coming together, we say that it's one particular nakshatra. So if you say that that nakshatra is something different than this Akasha, we say no, come on, it's part of that space and it is there. But yet when one nakshatra is going on, the other nakshatra is still not there. No, it will come after that. Like that only this sthiti is there. This is what is going on. So if you see it from that perspective, these universes, like parallel universes, if you look at it, they are there, they exist parallelly, they do exist, but it appears to as if they are different. They are two different things, but in reality, they are all there. They might be just exist as parallel. So there is a concept of parallel universe is also explained here. Such an in-depth thing, that's really being proud that okay, the one which is being explored here by scientists, the one which is explored by other people, it is being explored that point of view. There was some thought process that was expressed. So I really feel this is so amazing. So really feeling grateful to this such a knowledge. I'll take a pause. Our chapter I have finished here, 94th chapter. Tomorrow we'll look at the 95th chapter, and stay tuned. We'll finish this session. We'll take a pause so that we can meet tomorrow. Jai Gurudev.